achieved so many accolades, and who would have thought that we would be the longest running series in postal history of the United States. That happened in 2012, the Black Heritage Series. We had no idea in 1988 that this would be the top collection in the world, globally. We can't say we did it all because the Philatelic Society, the Topical Society, and television. When I was in New York, I was on Channel 9 every February, because they would always call me, and I would accommodate them. And they asked me, why should we celebrate Black History Month? I said, you should celebrate it every day, but the history books don't tell the truth. Every year I said the same thing. And then the newspapers and the Scott newsletters and abroad began to print stories about this little stamp club. I didn't do it all by myself, but there were giants across the country and many, many men and women around the country and outside of this country sending me information, and I shared it with the stamp members. We're still doing the same, and we should continue doing the same, because the world is a global sphere and a gift from God. We are all equal, and we all have talent, and we should share to make it a better place. And Stamps does that, because I love my big book of friends. I can go anywhere in the world and live if the United States kicked me out. That's a blessing today if you hear the news. As members of ESPER, we use the show and tell. We go into schools and we exhibit, and we try to encourage young people, because that's your future. And we encourage them to collect stamps. It gives them a hobby, education, and make them read instead of these contraptions that they use today. Second, it teaches them to have pride in themselves, because they don't get it from the books that you pay money for, so you have to produce it. And the ways that ESPER has been doing it is what made us what we are today. As far as your collection, if you don't want it, give it to someone else that can use it. I have given most of my collection to ESPER members, because I know they will use it, and they will pass it on. That's the message I leave. When you collect stamps, it's not just the postage stamp, it's history. The person who designed the stamp, they usually will select an African American. That's something you should know about. Then the African American makes money off of this. If you drop and don't watch that they don't get the African American, you're losing your power, or you're giving it back. So making progress, you have to continue, but you have to be alert. Now the post office now is in a transitional period. I found out that you couldn't buy stamps at your philatelic window. So knowing me, and my family know me, I don't stop at the second level, I go to the top. The reason they stopped selling them at the post office is because they're trying to get you to go to the philatelic center. We started that philatelic center because after they saw how our members were making up memorabilia and selling them, they decided they better chip in and take advantage. But you can always get your stamps, because now we are worldwide, and internet, you can thank for that. Any dealer or any Amazon will get you what you need, and you don't have to pay the first price. So that's a way, and you don't have to fear that you won't get your collection and you won't get stamps. So that pushes you in the sphere of volunteering, going into the school, speaking to children, and they don't have to always collect Black heritage. My scheme, I go into the schools, I talk about stamps, but I have February to do my thing. That's Black History Month. In London, we have Black History Month. In Canada, we have Black History Month. So you see the world is being alerted and waking up. And it is the most popular collection in the philatelic world today. We have achieved greatness. Our newsletter is #1. I know Don don't like to talk about it, but he's just strutting his stuff with his philatelic juice. I am delighted to be here tonight, and I'm honored, and I am tired, but I will never forget ESPER, and I please and plead with you never to get your heritage, no matter what you mix with. And I spoke with a young man tonight, and he's wonderful because he knows stamps like I do, and he knows history like I do. Every stamp has the connection of the world. If you take the time, open your brain, read or listen, and learn, because pride is the key to your life. I remember Dr. Martin Luther King saying, life is not measured by the years you live. Life is measured by the quality and the wellness of your life while you live. I've done that, and thank you tonight for being here.